his thoughts on just like on his debut, the game he had.
It's really hard for me to comment on that right now because I don't have anything positive in my mind right now because of, how that kind of game went. I'm really disappointed also in myself. I thought the subbing that we did wasn't very good, which helped some of that run. And obviously he was good. He made the play at the end. It was a nice pass to Scott, and he does a lot of things for us. But I really am going to have to watch that game because right now I'm just kind of disappointed that I wasn't able to help those guys more to keep that tide from coming back.
And we talked about it a little before about Bruno getting into some foul trouble. He was on the bench for a while. What kind of challenge does that present to you in terms of your rotation?
I mean, it's a huge challenge, and it's happening now, quite frequently, and that's something that is part of his development. He's got to be able to, learn how to play defense without fouling, and that's a challenge. Especially, we want him to use his length, we want him to be active, and sometimes that, causes some fouling and some foul trouble. So this is a good thing that we came out with the win, and then two, that we're able to communicate with Bruno and show him on tape, okay, now this is starting to be a theme. We got to figure it out real quick so you can stay on the court. It's costing himself minutes that are super valuable, and we need him out there.
I mean, obviously, like you guys kind of blowing that lead like it is, it's not good. But I mean, they did pull through. They got the win. So like that's got to be a great learning experience, particularly the young guys like Bruno and like Devon.
Yeah, it's an awesome learning experience for those guys, and very fortunate that we did come out on the winning side, which makes it not as painful. And it's just one of those things in basketball, and there's just no lead that's ever safe, and there's a human nature that comes in, and it doesn't matter what level you're at. It just seems to, because these guys are so talented, you get up 23 and it just evaporates on you as soon as you lose focus. And I think what is on them is their start to the third. And I think, they have to understand that it's 0-0 coming out of that locker room, and we got to come ready to go, and we weren't.
Is that something that you warned them about at halftime to protect their lead, that it can't be just lackadaisical?
Yes, I did. Every coach does, but it's one of those things. It just happens. It happens in the NBA. Like 1 out of those 5-6 games a night, it happens. It's just crazy. It's hard to stop. Timeouts. There's not much you can do once that tide starts going, and as soon as you give a team like that confidence and you get that momentum going, it really puts it tough on ourselves.
In terms of leadership, how valuable is it? Because you had Scott Suggs and you had Ashton Smith on at the end, and they're the most senior guys on your team. So how valuable is it to have their presence and kind of just take a breath?
It's really valuable, and both guys have done a really nice job. And Scott in particular, just because his vocal leadership, he's able to be a coach out there for us, which we need. He can settle those guys down, and he does a nice job of just, being an extension of the coaching staff and getting some of those things communicated out there when I can't, do it or can't tell them everything.
Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
Defensively, in that second quarter, it looked like if you guys like really put the clamps down on them. Like I think you held them to only something like 16 points in that quarter. What was it that was so successful about that quarter compared to coming out in the second half?
Well, I thought that a little bit, and it's something why I'm not too excited about it. I thought that we were doing some things offensively that was kind of picked our energy up. And to be honest, and I don't know, I got to go back and watch the tape, but I did think they missed some shots in that thing, and we were able to get out and kind of get our offense going. And, I'd really like it to be the reverse if possible. What we're, searching for is defense first, have the energy, impact the game defensively, and then turn that into the offense instead of letting our offense energize us on that end of the floor.
Devon kind of did that, like a little bit like seeing the inbound pass, and you know, with the way like that secret made like 6 points in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, what sort of like defensive impact does he have on the team? Just because when he was drafted, he was touted as a like defensive point guard, like the defense first kind of guy.
Yeah, well, that's that's why we got him. That's why we wanted him. His length and his instincts, and you're gonna see in the next, 12, 15 years that he plays in the NBA, he'll probably get one of those steals on an inbounds every other game, if not one a game. That's something he'll do his whole career, just because he's just really good at it. He's got a knack to do it, and his length and his ability to defend is just because of his size. It's just a nice weapon to have at the point of attack.